And you're welcome.
All right.
It's now time for us to do the dailies, and if you have joined us already from before, perhaps you know what this is all about. This is us telling you all the headlines from the dailies for today. And of course, I have Mary here with me. Together, we're going to be taking a look at these and also perhaps maybe giving a little 2 cents on each of these one by one.
Okay.
Mary, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Where are we starting from?
I'm
The
going to
Punch
be starting
newspaper?
from the Punch newspaper.
Please go ahead.
From the Punch newspaper, we've got the big headline here. FG NLC meeting deadlocked. Workers insist on demands. Government workers must agree on concrete resolution within remaining days of ultimatum, says the NLC. And Minister appeals to labor unions to embrace dialogue, shun strike as deadline ends Friday. Mary, let me ask you. This is an age-long question and we've always asked. What alternative do we have to strike actions? Are there any at all? Would this in any way help the situation, especially economic?
Better communication between the government and the unions will help prevent strikes. I've never really understood the sense behind multiple strike actions. I'm like, is it that the government isn't listening, or is it that the demands are outrageous? Why can't a middle ground be reached each time? Why can't there be a cushioning effect? Of course, the government cannot pander to everything the labor union says. But there are some things that are so ridiculously obvious that there's just no excusing it. Now, if you meet halfway and the other person, the other unit says, oh, we're sorry, we can't do this, that's a different ball game. But in a situation like this, for goodness sake, people are talking about even sacrifices by the lawmakers. You can't be earning so much and the people are barely, managing to put food on their table. It's unfortunate.
Well,
how can a bag of rice be more than minimum wage?
But more dialogue, I also espouse to that. There are photo stories here of the Area 1 shopping complex in Abuja. If you've ever lived in Abuja, this is going to be very, very sensitive.
This was very surprising.
Because I yelled out when I saw this. Demolition of illegal structures at Area 1 shopping complex in Abuja on Monday. This was yesterday, and this was erected by the minister, that's Wike, who ordered that these structures be destroyed. Area 1 shopping complexes, that's where all the kilishi that I bring from Abuja comes from, by the way. This has gone down, and it's causing plenty of, discussion regarding the minister's actions. Now, drama as Obaseki locks out embattled deputy from Government House, and tension as 8 killed in Ogun community called clashes. Obasanjo insists on stand-up order to monarchs. I hope we get this in another paper so we can talk about it, but what newspaper do you have?
All right, I have the Daily Independent here, and it says CBN default on Forex backlog undermines investor confidence. And here also we have Tinubu appoints 18 aides to serve in Vice President Shetima's office. We also have this one. I stand by my position on Oyo monarchs. And that's coming from former President Obasanjo,
Now, what did you think
who has
about
disowned his purported wife who begged for forgiveness.
What did you think about that action? Asking the monarchs to...
Why are you putting me on the spot regarding that?
Because we had a conversation about it just from before, and it was very interesting, your response.
Yeah, I did say I wasn't going to say anything about it.
Well, I'm edging you on to.
I'd rather not.
Okay, then. Like I said from before, I thought that there's a place for a procedure, there's also a place for culture, especially where culture is deeply etched into a community or a society. You should consider these cultures and also respect them. That's all I will say about that.
All right, so moving on, federal government must refrain from harassing, detaining opposition. Article 1's Edo deputy governor was not locked out of office. That's coming from the governor's aide. Tribunal dismisses APC petition against Governor Lawal of Zamfara. Federal government develops policy on patient safety, care quality. UNGA, Tinubu engages South African president in economic bilateral talks. Down here we see federal government considers cancelling multiple designations for foreign airlines. I'm not sure about that one. Federal government brings labor leaders back to negotiating table. Stakeholders yet to agree to avert planned indefinite strike. Up here we see 20 dead as rival cult groups clash in Ogun. And finally, NNPC elders did not remit $8.265 billion to Federation accounts in 2021. That's coming from NEITI, and that's a big one.
All right, let's move on now to the Nation newspaper, where we have other headlines, some of which are on the other papers we've seen today. FIRS recovers 4 trillion naira tax liabilities from NNPCL, and Obasanjo justifies public rebuke of traditional rulers. You can find it on page 6. It's a very interesting read, actually. Petrol importers, power firms behind anti-Akpabio plot, and 5 senators, 26 reps sacked by tribunal. For the center here, police kill 8, arrest 9 in Sagamu cult clash, and also, big one, Atiku Obi appeals raise a concern over Supreme Court cases. Panel of 7 will deplete number of justices to 4. And let's see what else we have on the Nation newspaper. At the very bottom, Tribus drama at Government House deepens. Row with Obaseki and Aguro likely to become Lagos HOS. Federal government, NLC talk to continue. I think these are most of the headlines that we've seen in other papers. We still have one paper to go. I think we still have a bit of time for The Guardian, don't we?
No, we do not.
Oh.
Okay, let me quickly rush through it. We've got The Guardian here, and it says Nigeria's bear 1 trillion naira metering burden as CBN World Bank backpedal. Here we see increases in meter prices between 2013 and 2023. I like this graphs that The Guardian newspaper does because it's very explicit. If you're not sure where it started, you at least know where it is now because many people are still buying meters. Economy, insecurity, others top Senate concerns as 2024 budget plans begin. UNGA, Tinubu addresses world leaders today on illicit financial flows, assets return. Husband narrates how fake doctor harvested late wife's kidney. 25th killed, 7 arrested in Sagamu cult war. Quite a number of stuff going on here. So many stories you can catch in the dailies today. Any one of them that catches your fancy. Go ahead.
Well, thank you very much for sticking with us for the papers.